Hey everybody, welcome back to Golden Aesthetics. This is Artemis. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for leaving all the negative and positive comments on my Instagram. I really appreciate all the vibe from you guys. I get a lot of questions about training, about how you should train with volume, with high intensity, really heavy, what's going to help you create that aesthetics that everybody wants. Unfortunately, there is no one single method that's going to work for you. You have to continuously improvise and experiment with training. Gym shouldn't be something stereotypical. It shouldn't be like a simple model you just follow. It's your playground. You come in there and you have to be creative. You have to understand your muscles. You have to understand your system. One day you should go heavy. But again, you cannot let the weight control you. You have to control the weight, because usually people get under the squat rack, on the bench press, and all they want to do is just move weight. Bodybuilding is an isolation sport. It's not about moving the weight, it's working your muscle. So if you decide to go heavy, always control that weight. Don't let that weight control you, because when you start going heavy, you're always mentally thinking, can I move this weight, instead of working through the muscle and filling it with blood. I started lifting heavy. I started with the base. Unfortunately, it didn't do much for my physique, but it did give me some strength so I could proceed and progress with the training, because I could pick up a little heavier weight and work through the muscle. If you just come to the gym, I would recommend you guys learn the movements, get to the basics, use free weights, so that way you can understand how your muscles work, how they perform. You will understand shape and form and how to shape that muscle the way you want it, because you don't come to the gym just to do the reps. You come to the gym to sculpt your body, and I think this is the approach everybody should take, because you don't want to follow someone's routine without understanding what it does to you. What I would recommend to anybody up there, not to read these forums and look for one single approach and rely on that approach. Pick up an Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding by Arnold, Flawless or Gorilla Suit by Bob Paris. There is a book by Frank Zane. You can read those methods, see what systems they use, because if that's the body you're seeking, that's the training you should apply. It's really important to keep your nutrition on point, because you might be doing something really good at the gym and you're completely wrong with your nutrition. You're not going to see any changes. So you have to be on point with that as well. Going heavy. I get these questions all the time. Do you go heavy? How much do you squat? How much do you bench press? I don't know. I never maxed out. As I said, I'm not concerned about the weight, and I'm not too crazy about it, because I work my way up slowly, because I care about my injuries, I care about my body, and again, I care about aesthetics. Because when you're performing the movement right, and you have a proper shape and form, you're forming that muscle right. It's not going disbalanced, because sometimes you can see the guys having huge pecs or overly developed traps. That's because they don't know how to work out. They're there just to move weight, and I'm not disrespecting all those guys. They're doing their job, but what I'm here for is completely different reason. I'm here for aesthetics and proportions. So if you guys want to figure out what works for you, try things, experiment with things. Don't be stuck up on 4 sets or 5 sets or 6 sets. Sometimes you can go and do 8 sets. Sometimes I come in and do 10 sets of bench press, and so do 12 sets of incline flies and whatnot. Improvise, because it's very important to be creative, just like in anything else in life. If you want to build a beautiful physique, you must be on point. You must be very, very intelligent. It's not just a matter of weight. It's a matter of work, hard work, proper shape, and intensity. You got to keep your workouts intense, because you want that butt be pumping into the muscle. You want to stress it. So try volume, try high intensity, try to go heavier, but remember, you always keep that shape, you always keep that form. You always want to wear a belt when you're doing pulling movements. Always remember that you're not just moving the weight, you're working through your muscle. So be intelligent, read proper literature. Don't read all these forums, because people up there, most of them don't even know what they're doing, but they're recommending stuff for you. So what I would do, I would pick up Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding with Arnold. You will learn about ballistic training, high intensity, volume. You will see how those guys trained back in the day. You will see how to achieve that physique. Because when you read, illustrate like magazines like Muscle and Fitness, there's always a new program comes out that promises you results, and you start falling for that program, you start following that program, and you don't see results, because that might be not for you. Try it for 8 weeks, 12 weeks, make sure your nutrition is on point, see what kind of changes it does to your body. If it does That's the changes to your strengths, that changes to how lean you are, or how strong you are, or how massive you are. That's how you memorize those things and learn. And always look for new methods of stressing your muscles, because your muscles love the stress. Always remember about that. Thank you very much for guys connecting. Thank you for asking me questions. If there is something specific you want to hear from me or ask me, you can leave in the comments below, or put a comment on my Instagram. I will gladly do it for you. Thank you for signing up, for tuning in. Here I am, Artemis Dolgan. Welcome back to Golden Aesthetics. Boom.